This is session 2 of module 1 of Business Ethics of second semester BBA of Mangalore University. In this session, we shall study sources of ethics and types of ethics. George and John Steiner, noted scholars, have identified 6 primary sources of ethics in the American business: genetic inheritance, religion, philosophical systems, cultural experience, legal system, and code of conduct. Genetic inheritance. Sociobiologists have lots of evidence and arguments to suggest that the evolutionary forces of natural selection influence the development of qualities such as cooperation, alteration that lie at the base of our ethical systems. Religion. The business people believe that their religion provides them ethical principles or standards which can be applied in business. Religious morality is clearly a primary focus in shaping societal ethics. Philosophical systems. Many philosophies have been instrumental in our society's moral development. Cultural experience refers to the rules, customs, standards which are transmitted from generation to generation as guidelines for appropriate conduct. Individual values are shaped in large measure by the norms of the society. So, cultural difference exists in different countries. Next is legal system or the law, which serves to educate us about the ethical course in life. Law represents a rough approximation of society's ethical standards. Next is code of conduct. Steiner identified 3 primary categories of codes, that is company codes, company operating policies, and codes of ethics. Of all these, the main sources of ethics are religion, law, and culture. Now let us see the types of ethics. There are 2 types: individual ethics and business ethics. Individual ethics. Transactional ethics. In transactional ethics, 2 parties are involved because there is transaction between 2 persons. Common interest may or may not be the same, but they have symbiotic relationship. They depend on each other. Morality is involved in this relation. All parties of transaction have to accept the principle of equality. Honesty and reciprocity is indicated as the domain of transactional ethics. So the transaction may be between the buyer and the seller, or between different people working in an organization, maybe the top person and the middle level, lower level persons. Next is participatory ethics. This type of ethics appears both at individual as well as business level. Here the common interest is main criteria. The participants join the alliance voluntarily, committing themselves to a self-imposed and non-enforceable obligation. This entails a specific type of social relationship. When an individual or a company participates for a common cause which is helpful to all the parties and the society, then it is called as participatory ethics. By voluntary participation in projects of general welfare, individuals and corporations demonstrate their citizenship. Example, during emergency or natural calamities, people lend helping hands. During COVID situations or during Swachh Bharat mission, we find people with the participatory ethics. Next is recognitional ethics. It is identification of one's qualities, values, or achievement in an appropriate time, situation, and place. Basic moral principles which characterize the field of recognitional ethics is the principle of recognition itself, the formal and conscious recognition. For example, an employee at the age of 80 years is normally obliged to retire and give way to the younger or new employees. Next is moral ethics. This branch of ethics raises questions like how people develop their morality, why certain aspects of morality differ across the culture, why certain aspects of morality are generally universally applicable. Next is meta ethics. It comprises the area of situational ethics and deals with logical questions like what do you mean by freedom? What is determinism? It dwells into the nature of ethical properties, attitudes, and judgments of the people. Next is applied ethics. It refers to the ways and means of moral outcomes or the results which may be achieved in specific situations. It examines controversial issues such as abortion and capital punishment, which applies to ethical theories of real life situations. Because if a person kills someone, murders a person, so what is the punishment given? What does the law say? And how it is applied? Next is normative ethics. Refers to the practical means of determining a normal course of action. It focuses on how moral values are determined. Descriptive ethics refers to determining what proportion of the population or a certain group considered what something is right or what something is wrong. So what is right is being prescribed and you are required to follow it. Now, under business ethics, we have general business ethics and professional business ethics. Business ethics is basically principles of applied ethics which analyzes various ethics, rules, and ethical and moral problems that may take place in commercial environment where business is undertaken, buying and selling of goods, then doing business for the sake of earning profit. It can be categorized into general business ethics and professional business ethics. These are the two. General business, it is practiced by administrative and higher level of managerial field. Managing and tackling the various issues is known as general business ethics. Issues like the companies follow corporate social responsibilities, that is, they construct some hospitals or provide equipments to the hospitals or build schools or give donations to the schools, developmental activities or programs in the society, employee welfare, corporate governance, takeover, political contribution. So these are the general business ethics. Professional business ethics, a business done with fair and just, with appropriate coordination of workforce, that is the people employed in the organization, and dealing with issues successfully is professional business ethics. Some of the issues in professional business ethics are ethics in human resource management, ethics in accounting information, ethics in production, ethics in marketing and salesmanship, ethics in intellectual property and knowledge, international business ethics. So all connected with the profession which are required to be followed by the organization or the people who are highly qualified to perform that task. These are the references.